Listening to Snoop while shoveling poop.
Sorry if you're eating breakfast. We apologize in advance.
What a way to start. Good morning, everybody. Glad you're with us here on this Tuesday. I'm Eric Connor.
And I'm Stella Escobedo. Let's go ahead and check in with Evan. Maybe he's got some better news for us than poop,
like, how are we going to transition to that?
I was going to say sunshine.
It's coming. I mean, we'll get some sunshine in the mix today. The problem on it, well, it's up to you if you decide this is a problem or not. We're going to have an increase in cloud cover. The reason why I say it might not be so much of a problem is because in turn our temperatures are a little bit cooler. We don't have an excessive heat warning in effect. How about that? We've cleared out all of our watches, warnings, and advisories. You saw the coastal communities still hanging on to that decent marine layer, and so far we've actually seen it mainly through your inland valleys, up along the coastline for the most part, but the wider picture shows that some monsoonal moisture is headed our way. That's going to mean the possibility of some showers, about a 10 to 20% chance of even some thunderstorms through your mountains and your deserts. Temperatures along the coast very cool in the low 70s. That's the place to cool down. Jenny, over to you.
You can transition by saying watching the show is better than shoveling excrement, better than shoveling dung or feces or whatever other synonyms you'd like to use for poop. But poop is the most fun, I would say. Hello, welcome to your Tuesday. It looks great out on the roads. Look at the map, big picture. The one delay I see is the Coronado Bridge. The entire span is seeing a little bit of volume, so I guess you can say that's kind of poopy. Crash-wise, CHP is not reporting anything. So if you're driving in the middle part of the county, Santee, La Mesa, up to the north, you guys are in great shape.
The county is pushing forward with a new plan to address the controversial tortilla throwing incident during a high school basketball playoff game.
Yeah, the county's Human Relations Commission outlined 6 steps to deal with the issue that's now made national headlines. News 8's Chris Groh live outside the county administration building with a closer look at all this. Chris?
Yeah, good morning, Eric and Stella. And look, last night it took about 2.5 hours of this meeting. We heard from public comment, but then it was pretty much a unanimous decision. It was a unanimous vote on the 6 action items, which also includes sending a letter to the CIF and other organizations. Take a listen.
This is much bigger than any of us. And quite frankly, it's bigger than one issue.
And so those letters that will be going out to the CIF and other school governing bodies, essentially they're going to be asking for an explanation of the rules and consequences in racially charged situations like the one that we saw happen after this playoff championship game. Those organizations will have a chance to respond, and then the HRC is actually going to send them some recommendations about exactly what they think should happen after and what to do to prevent some of these racially charged situations. Now, something else that the HRC is going to look to do, they're going to take a look at bolstering and strengthening existing community programs, expand on existing youth advisory boards, work closely with them, and then also develop county human relations programming and looking to put more money into outreach programs on racial and cultural diversity. Now, the CIF is expected to make a decision on any type of action that they will take as a result of this incident that occurred again after this basketball game between Coronado and Orange Glen. We've heard a number of prominent voices calling for the CIF to strip the championship away from Coronado High School after they defeated Orange Glen. However, we're also hearing from the superintendent from Coronado Unified after they fired their head basketball coach, essentially saying there's no evidence to support stripping the title away from Coronado High School. So that is sort of the next development that we have our eyes on right now. What will the CIF do? They have been putting out statements since this incident occurred, but we have not seen any action taken yet from them, and that is something that we expect to see later on this week. Eric and Stella?
Chris, thank you. And right now, all lanes along the 78 are back open after a series of fires. Look at this, that threatened homes and businesses in Vista. The fires started around 10:30 last night near Sycamore Avenue. At some point, it actually forced evacuations of people living in nearby apartments, but those evacuation orders are no longer in place. Scary nonetheless, though. Firefighters looking into how it started. Thankfully, no one was hurt. It is day 6 of search and rescue operations after last week's building collapse in Surfside, Florida. People still not giving up hope there. The death toll, though, now at 11, with about 150 people still unaccounted for. Authorities continue to leave open the possibility that survivors might be found in the debris. Laura Podesta with the very latest.
As the rescue effort continued in the background, a vigil was held on the beach in Surfside, Florida last night.
We're trying to do the best we can. Set a good example to be strong.
Despite a small army sifting through the rubble 24 hours a day, no one has been found alive since the day of the collapse.
Families, because of the process we've gone through, are coming to their own conclusions. Some are feeling more hopeful, some less hopeful, because we do not have definitive answers.
Relatives have been allowed to watch the work from a neighboring building. Officials are asking for their patience as they work as fast as possible.
Every time there's an action, there's a reaction.
It's still unclear what caused the 40-year-old condo to fall. A contractor who visited the building just 36 hours before the collapse shared these photos with the Miami Herald. He noted cracking concrete and severely corroded rebar under the swimming pool. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
As the Delta variant continues to spread through Los Angeles County, public health officials there are now strongly recommending that everyone go back to wearing face masks indoors in public places, even if they're vaccinated. This comes less than 2 weeks after California's grand reopening, when Governor Newsom announced that people who are fully vaccinated could go maskless in most public settings. Face masks are still required on public transportation and in healthcare facilities across the state. Today, the San Diego County Board of Supervisors will discuss and vote on a proposed $7 billion budget for the next fiscal year. Among other things, it will send $2.7 billion to Health and Human Services, $2.2 billion on public safety, and around $600 million to environmental programs. County supervisors will also consider $200 million in additional proposals. The meeting will start at 2 p.m. An independent review of the San Diego Police Department will be the focus of a city council presentation this morning. The Center for Policing Equity recently released a report that found racial disparities in arrests, stops, and searches. Council members will address the report during a virtual meeting starting at 11 a.m., and you can read the full report at cbs8.com. The state assembly has voted to change the timing of Governor Gavin Newsom's recall election.
The bill allows them to skip a 30-day review of the cost of the election. It also allocates $215 million to counties to run the election. Republicans call the changes cheating, saying that move for the election, a recall election to be called sooner, will help Governor Newsom's campaign.
We can't have politicians continuing to change the rules of the game in the middle of the third quarter.
And also this, Governor Newsom may not be listed as a Democrat on the recall ballot. His attorney left off the party preference on his recall paperwork. He is suing Secretary of State Shirley Weber after she rejected Newsom's first request to change it.
Taking a peek outside here on this Tuesday, coming off a pretty hot day out there, Evan.
Yeah, excessive heat warnings really scattered across the greater western portion of the U.S. Ours across San Diego County have expired. We are moving towards some cooler temperatures. However, it's still going to be relatively warm from your inland valleys all the way through your deserts. Here's the view outside. Overcast conditions still the name of the game. That marine layer still pretty strong to start off your Tuesday. Shallow in some cases, and that means a little bit of morning fog for some of us. So take a look at visibility as we start off the day. Ramona, well, that's really the main trouble spot. Your inland valleys are struggling a bit. We are at less than a quarter mile of visibility in Ramona. Fallbrook is back up to 7, so improvements made. In general, we're in about the 7 to 10 range for your miles of visibility. That is good news, meaning not too much trouble out there. Temperatures are also mild, 60s across the board for your coastline. Moving inland, Ramona's at 58, Alpine at 59 degrees. Julian is already nearly at 80 degrees. They're at 79 as we speak, and Mount Laguna warm as well at 77. Now, into the next couple days, we do see those temperatures warm up by just a few degrees. Today and tomorrow, we're struggling with that monsoonal moisture, meaning that cumulus clouds are going to be the theme. Patchy cloud cover at times. Your coastline hangs on to the marine layer. And then going into Thursday, things start to break down quite a bit, moving toward a sunnier weather pattern, and those temperatures staying mainly in the 70s. About a 10 to 20% chance for some thunderstorms going into this afternoon for your mountains and your deserts. Those are the two key spots, the two microclimates to keep an eye on, mountains and deserts. Take a look at your forecast high temperatures for this afternoon. It is going to be another hot one out there along the coastline and all the way up the greater western U.S. Moving toward areas like Albuquerque and Denver, we're mainly sticking to the 60s and 70s. Not too bad out there, but Salt Lake City's looking at a high of 90 degrees, 99 for Vegas, 100 degrees in Boise this afternoon. Right now for us, we are struggling with a decent amount of clouds along the coastline. Temperatures in the 60s. We're at 62 in Escondido and Powell. Poway, 64 in Chula Vista. Those clouds are going to part at times, so we do have a good chance of the sunlight coming through in the afternoon. But again, for your mountains and your deserts, although we will have plenty of sunshine, that 10 to 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms kicks in, especially through your afternoon, and then starts to see some improvements made as we head toward a clear and dry 4th of July weekend.